Phillies took 2 out of 3 games down there in D.C. against the Nationals. It was definitely a positive series overall. Wanted to go for the sweep, but couldn't get it. We're going to talk about the series in depth right now. Game 1, you had Zach Wheeler on the mound. He pitched pretty well overall. You can't ask for more. I think he pitched about 6 innings, gave up a couple runs. Matter of fact, I think he only gave up 2 runs. A run, if I'm not mistaken. He might have gave up 1 or 2 runs, including the home run to K-Bet Ruiz that, on the counter side, it was a back-and-forth game up to about the 7th inning. Wound up going to extra innings. Phillies got two good home runs, one by Harper, one by Schwarber. Then when they went into extra innings, big hit by Alec Bohm and another hit by JT Realmuto to get the 7-3 win. It was all around good game for the Phillies. Coming out of that game, we got some news about Trey Turner. He was supposed to hit in the 2 spot for the first time this year because he led off in that first game, but he had some back tightness, so he's currently day-to-day. I want to say I hope he don't have to spend a stint on the DL straight out of the gate, because that'll be it ain't the worst thing in the world because it's so early in the year, but it wouldn't be a good look. Hopefully that back can get straightened out. I believe he's missing today's game, if I'm not mistaken, so he's day-to-day. Game 2, we had our new acquisition, Luzardo, was on the mound. He pitched pretty well as well. I think he might have gave up 2 runs. He only pitched 5 innings, but it was a gutty effort. He had about 11 strikeouts. That was definitely a breath of fresh air. I wasn't expecting all the strikeouts from Luzardo. His pitch count was up there, so they pulled him after 5. It was another offensive explosion. I believe the Phillies scored 11 runs in that game, if I'm not mistaken. Pull it up here. The Phillies won that game 11-6. So the first game they won in extra 7-3 in 10 innings. Second game they won 11-6. The bottom of the lineup did pretty well. Marsh, Stott, and Sosa. Sosa was in there to replace the aforementioned Trey Turner with the back spasms. So everybody got moved up in the lineup. Sosa batted 9th. They all did pretty good. Like I said, Bryson Stott hit a home run. I believe Kyle Schwarber also hit another home run. So that was 2 home runs in his main games for Schwarber. He's starting off pretty good. The Phillies, they did their thing. Like I said, Luzardo pitched 5 innings and gave up two runs. So pretty sure he got the win in that game. That game was a rout 11-6. Moving on to game 3 of the series, had Aaron Nola taking the bump. Shaky start for Nola. He's giving up the long ball. Going from last season to this season, he's been giving up the long ball at a pretty high rate, if we being real. I like Aaron Nola. I know he get a bad rap sometimes. He's been here for forever. I think career-wise, he got like a 3.70 ERA. You don't do that in a decade by accident. He's been pitching for a decade. He's a good pitcher. He's a solid pitcher. Is he Zach Wheeler? No. But a lot of people in the league ain't Zach Wheeler. He's a solid number 2 on most teams. He just is. So he did have a shaky start. Phillies lost that game. So they went down D.C. and took 2 out of 3. I mean, yeah, obviously would you want to sweep? Yes. But, Washington is a major league team as well. Is it just me, or do Josh Bell kill the Phillies every time we play him? Josh Bell hit a home run. He was one of the guys that hit a home run off of Nola. It was one of them games where the offense couldn't really get a whole lot going on. They lost 5-1. But getting back to Josh Bell, it seemed like wherever he's at, he kills the Phillies, whether it's in D.C., whether it's in Miami with the Marlins, whether it's in San Diego with the Padres, even going back to his Pittsburgh days. Josh Bell hits the Phillies, whether it's from the left side or the right side. He's a switch hitter. I don't understand it because he's a good player, but he's an average player. He's an average first baseman for the most part. Sometimes he plays DH because he's not, that nimble on his feet as he used to be. He's not this crazy, extreme, miraculous athlete. He's a good player, but when he plays against us, it's like he's a great player. I don't know. Y'all tell me. It seems like every time the Phillies play one of his teams, he usually have a pretty big hit or a good series or something. But as I said, Phillies took 2 out of 3. It's a series win. They move on for their home opener today, this afternoon, against the Colorado Rockies. As I said, Trey Turner is day-to-day. JT suffered a foot injury in Game 2 of the Washington series. X-rays was negative. I believe he's day-to-day as well, but I'm pretty sure he'll be in the lineup today. If everything is okay with him, he'll definitely be in the lineup today because he missed that third game of the series against the Nationals on Sunday. So I believe JT will be out there. Trey Turner's still up in the air. They got him down as day-to-day, but we know how that back stuff is. It can linger. Hopefully you don't have to get an IL stint. That's the hope for now. But so far with the Phillies, my thoughts, playing pretty good. The bats is pretty much lively. For the most part, everybody's hitting, except Nick Castellanos. He hasn't been bad because it's only been 3 games. He hasn't been bad, but he hasn't stood out. I think he got a couple walks. I believe he do have a hit, but he doesn't have an RBI yet. And not saying it's only been 3 games, so it is what it is. But I'm just saying if there's something that glared out at me, it would be Castellanos a little bit. Turner even a little bit because in the one game that he did have, he didn't play all that well. He had a couple strikeouts. I'm just hoping JT, because I think JT is the glue for this season as far as he had a down year last year. If JT can come back to life as far as somewhat of the player he was when we got him, I think that'll be a key. He's not going to play as much. They got Rafael Marchand backing them up now, so they got a true catcher backing them up. Plus, JT is getting older, obviously. So he's not going to play as much as he used to in the past, but he still is a key factor in this lineup. They had him batting 4th on Saturday. So he's going to be slotted in that 4 through 6, maybe even 7 hole for the most part. So he has to step up because he's going to come up there with a lot of guys on base throughout this year. So he has to, do his thing. I see a bounce back year for JT, hopefully. Other than that, 2 out of 3. If they just win series, the Phillies going to be all right. You're not going to sweep everybody, but just win series. 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4, and they'll be all right. Other than that, like I said, you got the Colorado Rockies coming in. You have Christopher Sanchez on the mound for this game coming today. So we'll see what he can do. Hopefully the Phillies can. Colorado is not an upper echelon team. I know it's early in the year. So teams tend to play a little higher than what they really are valued. But the Phillies should take 2 out of 3 again against the Rockies like they did against the Nationals. At least 2 out of 3, if not a sweep. So we'll see. If you like this video, comment, share, subscribe. Just a quick recap on the Phillies National Series. We'll see where they go from here. Until next time, I'll see y'all with more videos, more content coming back at y'all. Holla.